Hey, we're looking at the energies right now, 2026 April. Just a quick energy update. I'm going to link the video of Elizabeth April's energy update because we are going through a massive ascension energy right now. There has to have been a solar flare yesterday, the 18th, because I got all the things that happen when there's a solar flare, and that's why I'm going to do a reading right now to see what's going on in this energy. But she nails it with all the symptoms that you are going to be having during this time. One of which she mentions is like forgetting a word that you use so much. Like it's just one of those things. Definitely crazy, random, weird dreams, restless sleep, and she has her own like explanation of what she thinks is happening, which is like switching from our brain and our energy, switching from a 3D system to a 5D system in the way that we pull information, and it's pretty good. Okay, so what's going on right now? I kind of want to do a masculine, feminine, and then the higher perspective, like a triangle. Okay, let's see. Spiritually, what's going on? Yeah, the Fool card. Yeah, this is a brand new start. This is an energy that a lot of people have been feeling, which is this equinox, spring equinox, the Aries energy, all the 7 planets in Aries. There's like an energy of pushing forward, and I know everyone has been feeling this for a little bit now. Like this is a special time. This spring 2026 is gonna have a lot of people lift off in their purpose, especially people who have been on their spiritual journey. And then for the rest of the collective, it's going to be like the start of their spiritual awakening. But those who already had theirs and is kind of further along, you're going to be starting your purpose. And this energy of finally coming out into the public or into the spotlight or in the daylight. It's like something about you've been hidden and now you're kind of coming out. Yeah, the end of a transformational cycle. So that's very, very true. A lot of people are finishing their healing cycle, which might have been years. I know I finished mine. It was about 7 years, 8 years, and finished last year. I recognize that a lot of people are finishing theirs this year. And I realized that I got it before others just because I'm supposed to tell other people what to expect. Oh my goodness. I thought like my Dark Night of the Souls tower moments were difficult. But like after you finish your healing cycle, you're feeling like, yay, on top of the world. Immediately you're hit with like tests and trials and tribulations, just like bunch of huge major tests, one after another, and you're being tested on like very, very deep cycles that like started when you were young, so like issues that you had with your parents that kind of were reflected in every friendship or romantic relationship that you had, that's gonna come up in someone totally random that's not even close to you. Like that kind of test, like it's gonna be crazy. Closing out cycles. It's interesting because up until you finish your healing cycle, you're probably dealing with everything that you wanted to close out before your Dark Night of the Soul. And then you probably worked through things during your healing cycle that like came up, even a lot of difficult periods while you were healing and learning all the spiritual stuff. Then afterwards, it's like closing out what happened during your transitional phase, your spiritual healing phase. So like it's been years for a lot of us, so like it has to be minimum. I think the last awakening cycle was 2020, and I guarantee you those people are not. Those people are on the new wave. The last awakening cycle was my cycle, which was 2016, 2017. There was one in 2011, 2012, and there's one before that, 1990 something. Hold on, let me think. 1991, 1992. Yeah. Is that right? Yeah. Okay. So, those were like the last awakening energies on the earth to get like a huge group of people awakened. 2016, 2017 was the last people that were going to be awakening individually. Everyone after, so even like the 2020 crowd, they're grouped in with like the collective awakening, the group that is awakening right now, the biggest group to awaken right now, that chose to kind of awaken together with the crazy events that are going to transpire in the physical world. Okay, so in the last bit of your healing journey, like even though you finished it, there's a little bit at the end where you have to assimilate back to the world, back to reality, back with the collective energies. And there's going to be a period where you heal and finish off all the things that happened during your spiritual awakening, through your healing cycle, your spiritual cycle from after you awaken. So you're going to have to deal with all the people that you met during that cycle as well, and all the events that you happened in that time frame. So that's something that to be aware of. And that's going to continue, I feel like, for is it going to be continuing? Yeah, until like June. I'm getting like by June. So I'm getting like before like summer starts. So May is going to be crazy. Wow. Okay. So yeah, it's a long time coming, but like you're closing out big cycles and big things. Even now, things that happened during your transitional phase is like what happened during a healing cycle. Okay, before like the next season starts. Okay, interesting. Anything we need to know about that? This is again spiritual, emotional work, inner work. Yeah, it's gonna bring a lot of healing, and once you kind of finish these big cycles, you'll be in a new start. There's a bit of a confusion going on in the collective right now with your life purpose, because even though we strongly felt that we're going to be doing we're going to be stepping into our soul purpose at this time in the physical, setting up our businesses, setting up our groups, setting up whatever we need to set up, getting the resources, getting the fundings, getting everything that we need. A lot of us are kind of like confused. Like we had like grand plans, or we had like an idea, and now even that is up in the air and questionable. Like, but that's like on purpose, because by design, you're meant to kind of be open to anything, and therefore, in order for this big, huge manifestation to come to fruition, you're gonna have to release any preconceived plans or ideas of what might happen and how it might happen. And so like whatever plans you have or thought you had, or you had like strong ideas, like I thought I was working towards this, or I thought I was going to be moving here, or I thought I was going to end up with this person, or whatever it is. However you thought it was going to go, that's all kind of put into a huge question mark now. And like, I feel like for most of you here, if you're here, like, you had an idea or a plan how things were going to work out, and even that is put into question right now. And that's for a reason, because things are manifesting for you. But you're the last step in manifestation is like, you're supposed to be open to anything, whether it happens or not, or in the way that you thought or not. So like, you have to release it, and so Spirit is helping you release it. You're having like short-term memory loss. It's something. What was her name? Elizabeth said about one of the symptoms. Like, you kind of have like short-term memory loss, a little bit of like time frames, day-to-day time frames. What day is it? What day of the week it is? Kind of thing. Kind of loss. I think I had four times clocks in my home stopped in the past few weeks. Yeah, so that's usually my sign of like something's happening with like time and the timelines. Okay, so what's going on in the physical or the masculine energy? Okay, the masculine energies are ready to go home. What does that mean? But they don't know where home is. So in my experience, a lot of masculine energies are very much looking to predictions about the future. And it's interesting because I feel a lot of masculines are now awake, and they are aware that these things are real, the energy stuff, prophecies, and bigger conspiracy theories. Like, it's all real. And so they're more curious about what's going to happen, because they want to settle. They want to kind of put down roots. Okay, so this is like the masculine energy within you too, whether you're male or female. This is both parties. If you're a spiritual person, both of these are going to resonate with you. It's just kind of like more on the inner side and more outward side. Like, what are you thinking and feeling? So you're ready to kind of settle down and put down roots with a community mindset. The idea of being around like-minded people and somewhere where you can accumulate growth and wealth. A lot of masculines are finding their home, like where they want to like settle in. Yeah. But they don't know where. I feel like a lot of people had an idea of where they want to live or what kind of area. But now it's all like, again, everything's in a question mark. And also with your career and relationship, it's kind of like a question mark. Is this going in the direction I thought it was going? If you're with someone, am I going to be finding someone, or am I going to be by myself? If you're single, am I supposed to be going in this direction with my career? Like, I put so much at the King of Pentacles, like, you put so much energy and effort into it, but is this going to be how I continue with this in the best way? The Ten of Pentacles here, like, there's a feeling with what's the Ten of Pentacles here? The Strength card. What are you being so strong about? And Emperor. Okay, so there's a strong confidence in spiritual folks. It's like, finally, right? The Leo energy and the Aries energy here, a lot of fire energy. Like, we're in this energy of like feeling confident in who we are. That's why we're coming out from our hermit mode or kind of keeping things to ourselves to being able to talk about it at, our bloodline family dinners, like these things that you might have not felt comfortable speaking about before. Also more about like what you do for work or the way that you think, your perspectives, and what kind of lifestyle you have. It's like there's like a very strong confidence coming from spiritually inclined people at this time, because like you were right. We were right, and we figured out how to live life in the best way possible when it wasn't easy for us to do so. We were casted out as the black sheep, the weirdos, or someone who just wouldn't try to fit in. And now people are recognizing and seeing how far ahead of the collective we are in terms of what the future may look like in terms of homes, community, lifestyle. We are ahead of the rest of the collective, and now people are starting to realize that we're the ones who want to homestead. We're the ones who want to have family compounds. We're the ones who want to be more sustainable and learn these practices that are now being forgotten because they've been automated for us, like pickling our own, have like jarring our own pickles. That's what I want to say, and milling our own flour and whatever it is, making our own furniture, or even if it's not to that level, just kind of getting back to basics, living closer to nature, and prioritizing connections with others. And how much so would that help you out? Like having a community to help take care of your kids, so it's not just you. And then you do have more time to focus on your hobbies and the things that you want to work on. The things that you do directly helps the community and your home and your family and your friends. Like it's like seeing that kind of relationship between you and the things that you do be more obvious, and instead of working for a company that who knows what they do with the thing that you helped with, so it's like that kind of awareness that people are now looking to you as a leader and someone who is living life correctly, like living life in a more resonant, authentic, and right way. I'm going to say it. People say there's no right or wrong way. Yes, there is. Yes, there is. When it comes to living with others, yes, there is. Okay, so let's see the overall energy, like what's going on here, and then we'll look at like more specific manifestations that are coming through for you at this time. Clarity. Clarity. We're getting some clarity. That's something I just heard, like Sadhguru, like randomly a clip or something like that, where he's like, you don't need philosophy to have clarity. And that's like so true. Like so many times we believe that we need to have a strict, structured form of beliefs to know the right and wrongs, or to know what we're doing, what we're supposed to do right now, or what we plan to do in the future. There's so much clarity for spiritual folks right now, which is why it's like even worse when it's like, but what the heck am I doing with my career? But what the heck am I doing with my living situation? But what the heck am I doing with my relationships? It's kind of like, but I have so much clarity. I have so much clarity with my relationship with my family and friends and neighbors and whoever. I have so much clarity on the kind of lifestyle I want to live. I have so much clarity on what I can do with my career and like this work and my finances. Like I have so much clarity, but why is it not making sense right now? Why isn't it not manifesting? And you are manifesting it. There might be like a few days. Some people already have felt this. Some people are gonna feel this. There's a few days where you feel like you want to crawl out of your skin. You feel like you're gonna die, and just sit with it. Just plan to sit that one out. Take a day off if you can. Watch some TV. Drink some water. Make some good, comfortable food. Just sit with it. Write it out. It's different for different people. For me, my nervous system was wrecked. And this is after like a whole year of my nervous system being wrecked. The last few months, for different reasons. But like if my body was like, no, enough. It was right before like an important date for me too, career-wise. So it was kind of funny. it was like a nervous system attack. And I've had panic attacks and like you know, several over the last like several years or something like that. So I know what they feel like, or few. But this was completely different, and it was like the heavens from above were telling me like, don't make this career move, don't do this, or something like that. And you're gonna start to feel like very volatile, very harsh with people who no longer resonate with you. This happens right when you're about to start a brand new cycle, especially going into like 5D, like this energy right now, where even if people don't even like slightly resonate with you, or like aren't meant to kind of be with, like aren't coming to the next energy level with you, like you're gonna have some like harsh releasing moments with them. So that is kind of the energy that's happening right now. It's very clear. You're gonna feel like, oh yeah, this is happening. But those few days, like the 2 or 3 days, I think it's like one day that's like really strong, and then the day before and the day after, it's kind of like you're gonna hit that peak, and then it's gonna come down. Some of you already had this. Some of you are going to. It's gonna feel like, what the heck is happening? Yeah, so that is happening, and you have so clarity, but you might question yourself a lot, being like, is this the right thing? Am I doing the right thing? It's like, you know what you're supposed to do and where you're going, but right now you need to be kind of like slate clean, open to anything, and that's when it manifests. So what's the higher perspective of what's going on? Yeah, there's something about with you're being thrown into this like energy of confusion and scarcity for a little bit, right before you have that comfort in your stability and absolute clarity. How's that coming through? Something's tying everything all together, and it's going to come through for you in a magnificent way. Everything's being tied together. That's why I feel so confusing. I'm not getting different timelines, but people are going to say different timelines, but I'm getting like different parts of your goals, dreams, and aspirations are being weaved together. So that's why the Spirit's like, that's why it's confusing, because you might have had an idea of what you want to do right now, but like you also have like a different ideas for different areas of your life. Everything's being weaved together. That's why it's a little bit confusing right now. Wait until this weaving is done. The Knight of Wands, that's going to happen faster. And there's a Four of Wands here, like the Four of Wands here. You're going to be sitting pretty at your home energy very soon. You can be celebrating. You can be ecstatic. I feel like a lot of us, because we started this journey individually, we started our spiritual awakening by ourselves, which is a contrast to the people awakening now. They're going through it together. You're going to finish the cycle by yourself. You're going to be celebrating by yourself, okay? So you started the cycle by yourself, and you're going to finish it yourself. But you're going to be so happy, ecstatic, and celebrating. King of Pentacles with the King and Queen here. And the Eight of Pentacles. Don't worry. You're going to have your life purpose. You're going to figure that all out. And you're going to also have your relationship, divine counterpart relationship, whether you're in one already or not. And you're going to have your home. And then stable finances. So that's what everyone's wondering about. That's all coming like now. How much now? Right now. Right now, okay? So don't even like put it out of your mind. It's coming right now. The Devil in reverse for me is like, it's in the fifth. It's already being sent to you. It's already in the mailbox. It's already been emailed. It's already your name's already written on this parcel of money. You're already being hired. Look at that Ace of Wands. You're already hired. You're already being promoted. You're already being headhunted. You're already there. It's already out. Whatever this opportunity is, it's already out. Yes, it's already on its way. It's already on its way. How long until? Depends on each person. But it's here. You already made a decision. You already did the hard part. You already did the decision or whatever in the work you needed to do to get that. Yep. See, the Magician again. It's here. Time to celebrate. Clarity and private victory. So I feel like if you're gonna celebrate, you're only gonna celebrate with a very, very few people who are also in the same energy. Very few, one or two. Yes, that's confirmation. Yes, and this is it. This is where things kind of come forward, and you're going to slowly start coming together with other soul connected people. Okay, so lastly, I was just going to show you what's manifesting in your life. So spiritually, the Six of Summer, the Six of Cups, children or childhood, the return of people or romances from your past, remembering events differently in a better or worse light than how they actually occurred. So I am getting this energy of course, as you kind of finish out the cycle, there is going to be a lot of like reunions happening. There's a reading I did recently about, oh yeah, where are you gonna, when will you move? It's my membership readings on Mostly in the Moment, but it's about like one of the piles was about like where you're gonna move is like where your inner child wish they always lived or would have loved living if when they were younger. There's something about like your, of course, when you're going into 5D, and I mentioned this so many times, you turn almost like childlike because like that's the last time you probably remember being in 5D energies like consistently. You get imaginative, you get kind of like dreamy, like everything's wonderful. Like, you know, when you first awakened and you're just kind of like everything's connected and everything's wonderful and like, oh my goodness, like this is all real, like that type of energy, right? And so it won't be surprising that you're going to meet people when you're in this energy with other people who are also in a similar energy. You're going to be able to tell. It's going to be easy to be able to tell when people are in 5D and when they're not. And that's how you slowly start to come together with them. I told most people that you meet your divine counterpart right when you get into 5D or right about to, because you both are in that 5D energy now, so it's safe for you to connect. Physically, Ace of Springs. Okay, it's time to take action. Be fearless and happily pursue your most treasured dreams. Amazing career opportunities. And so we got the Ace of Wands here. And so this is obviously when you get to kind of take flight. When you're in the 5D energies, you can connect to any information that you need to get whatever resources or opportunities you need to make your creations, make your goals, dreams come true, whatever you wish to create and make. And like a lot of you are going to start with your soul mission projects, like how you can help the collective, because you were just in it, so you kind of know what they need. And later on it's just going to be kind of more pursuing whatever creative hobbies that you want to do. Some of you will start that way. Some of you are just naturally inclined to be more creative and will help the collective through your creative endeavors. Some of you will go right into service. And then overall, Six of Spring, Six of Wands. Yeah, private victory. Six of Wands in reverse for me is like private victory. Wonderful news is on its way. Smart choices that bring reward, success, and public recognition. And so there is this energy of like you're gonna have some like private victory when this energy comes forward, because it's like, yes, you finally did it. And I feel like within 6 months you're gonna start to recognize that you're gonna be stepping out as a leader in the collective and not just in your own inner circles. All right. I hope you enjoy this reading. Much love and light.